What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We finna break down UFC Jacksonville and all the mayhem that went down from the knockout submission to no contest to bad judging. And as always, these are your hosts. I'm Paul, pick a win, I'm Concha, and I'm joined with.
Hey man, you already know it's your boy Kev Water Boy, so boy, you feel me, man? And shout out that boy at Octagon Obsessed. This motherfucker
Go.
covered covered every single fight from every single card this weekend. And he put the previews and schedules and dates. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker really does not play. I woke up Sunday morning, knocked that out the day after the fights, and I'm just like, oh, he's him. But this was a great motherfucking weekend of fights, bro. So for some reason, I watched all types of fights this week. Usually I don't watch all these fights, but because of timing and schedules, I got to see three different cards this week. So I was literally making breakfast, and then all I hear is group chats going crazy because the Friday night fights for one was going nuts. So I tuned into that card, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Muay Thai might be my favorite sport. Then the UFC card was at 3 p.m. The UFC card was at 3 p.m. So like I'm literally watching the prelims like 12, like, oh shit. Fight card is over like at 5:36 or 6 o'clock. So I'm like, oh shit, we got a whole day on our hands. What do we do now? Take a nap, wake up to YouTube, the group chat going crazy because the PFL card is spazzing. I'm like, what? So, Paul, we had a great motherfucking weekend of fucking sports. And if you really typed in, you've seen that there was even a karate combat. There was even a boxing fight. There was all types of fucking fights this week. What do you want to talk about first?
Right. So I'm a casual. I was watching UFC and I was watching boxing. I didn't get to tap in with the others, so I'm gonna let you take the early part here, Kevin. Just break down everything else outside of the boxing and UFC world that went down real quick.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, Kyle.
Smoke this blunt. Listen.
So, me personally, I had to chew on you niggas real quick.
No, for real, you took a sweet little time.
So me personally, I only watched the UFC cards, and really, not until not too long ago, I didn't start. I only watched the main events. Maybe like December, I started watching prelims on a regular basis versus just having the prelims on the background while I'm doing shit.
Get on his head in the comments.
Hey, I'll say that shit again, you bitch ass niggas. But motherfucking the Friday night fights, I guess it's nighttime over there in Asia, wherever the fuck that shit's at. And they have Friday night fights every week. Like last week was Friday night fights 22. This week is Friday 10. This morning was Friday night. This tomorrow is gonna be Friday night 23. And they were going crazy, Paul. I still don't even understand the rules to Muay Thai yet. Because like I still don't understand how, because they were standing some people up when they went to the ground and they were letting other people fight when they're on the ground. So I was like, I don't know which is which. Y'all do y'all. But there was all types of crazy cool fights this weekend. So I wanted to pull up a picture because I seen every knockout possible. There was this Russian fighting this let me pull up the exact names. Give me a
Yeah,
quick
the
second.
Russians are over there in Muay Thai too.
Oh, they're there. And they fucked up my dog. He was Punjabi. And
No, bro. There was supposed to be one sacred zone, bro. One sacred spot. The Russians don't care. They're just gonna take
and,
over all fighting styles.
and you know how Sino feel about them those Punjabi fighters. So I'm thinking like, oh shit. There we go. I finally found it. So that motherfucking he peeped it.
We gave him wrestling and sambo. That's cool. All good in the. Now you're gonna go to Muay Thai. What's next? Kickboxing Russians?
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. There's gonna be motherfucking bare knuckle Russian soon. Nah,
No.
that might be Irish. But so his name is Anatoly Maliakin, and he defeated Arjun Bular via TKO ground and pound. When I tell you, he was giving it to him. I mean, boom, 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 boom. And then when they got back to the ground, immediately just hymns, fucking dog up. And I'm not sure what the rules are. I don't know if there's submissions in Muay Thai. I don't know none of that.
I'm not sure how to judge it, but by all my metrics, he was whooping his ass.
Nah, dead ass. TKO'd him and TKO'd him, and then he won the belt. Next,
Oh, okay, and walked out with the strap.
next.
Do they get to talk in the ring? Do they get a like a little moment? Do they have like a Muay Thai or Joe Rogan with the mic?
Yeah, they have all that, but the thing is that like these boys are in Asia, so it's like they have to they're translating to us on TV and they're translating to the people in the crowd, and then they also have to translate to him. So it's an interesting
Okay.
draw. Next is the motherfucking elbow of the motherfucking year. Well, I don't know. The one during the UFC Jacksonville was crazy. But this was the next fight. The last three fights were all finishes. Damn
I
near.
saw this clip. I saw this. Oh my gosh.
Bruh, literally murdered my boy. We baptized him with the elbow. And it was just nothing but violence. And I'm watching this at like
I
11
want to
o'clock.
say the thing I sent you. It was a couple weeks ago when I showed you the clip of the K the not. I think you pulled the clip up. I was talking about it. I think it was like a Muay Thai fight. Where was another insane KO that we talked about. Muay
Hell
Thai
yeah.
just be throwing them fucking hands.
And bows. Don't forget the bows. And
Oh,
then the
bows are
main
critical. They are crucial.
and then oh yeah, that was fight was for the his name was Pran Janchai. He defeated Sam A for the flyweight one flyweight championship. And then the motherfucking there's a dude named Superleg who defeated bro in the first round. Literally. I mean, dude, I'm over here thinking the dude he's fighting is his name is Nabil Anan. I'm thinking he's him because he comes out with the monkey Luffy hat. He feeling himself. Like I'm thinking, nope. My
No,
dog.
you couldn't bring shame onto the straw hat.
Oh, he did. He did. My dog got folded in the motherfucking round. Like it was bad.
Are they sponsored by Target? What the fuck is in the corner?
Possibly. No. That's not Target. That's some Asian shit.
Oh,
But
okay. You're
he
like damn, Target worldwide.
he gave him Superleg gave him hands in the corner, and the motherfucking they had no choice but to be like, gotta
Them
go.
body punches really be putting you out. Ask Ryan Garcia.
Nah, for real. Now on to motherfucking PFL, which was even crazier because they have some controversy. So this is 3 weeks in a row the PFL are doing their playoffs, and I'm not gonna lie to you. If I don't know the rules for Muay Thai, I definitely don't know the rules for the playoffs for PFL. But to start off with the controversy, and PFL's biggest star Shane Burgos had to have got a finish in like the had to have gotten a finish to make the playoffs. He ended up getting a decision, which but he made the playoffs because Nathan Schultz was fighting is from American's top team, and he's fighting another guy named Rosh Monfield. And guess where he's from?
Man, top two.
American fucking top team. So this fight was pretty much a glorified sparring session, a lot of people are calling it. And because of that, they suspended both of them. And now Shane Burgos is going to the playoffs. And like it's like very controversial because
So
like
I saw the thing before. I guess before that got announced, it was Shane Burgos, uh former top 15 and division guy, literally left while still in the top 15, I believe, and goes and doesn't make PFL playoffs in first year. And
mm-hmm.
then I guess since that happened, it got reversed. But the fucking with the sparring session incident, I like how unlike UFC, the UFC back in the day would snap their fingers, do the same thing. But nowadays, I feel like UFC is more corporate, where they have to, we'll wait on the decision that gets made. Whereas PFL, they spotted some shit they didn't like, y'all two suspended. Next, like just kept it moving.
I thought the same thing. But in PFL there are no matchmakers.
So how do the fights get? Is it managers? Two managers get into cahoots and like, yeah, we'll get y'all two going. That's kind of
It's a league, like a straight up league. So that's why there's a playoffs. Like, I don't know. There's a point system. I don't
there
know.
is a point system when it comes to like who makes the playoffs and that like you get points on for like everything. So that makes sense. But yeah, no, that's
So,
definitely we got to look into more before as we get as PFP
fact.
grows.
But the thing is, so they can't. It's not like they. they chose to make two people fight from the same gym. Like it just ended up like that, and they was like, "Yo, fuck it, man. I don't even need a finish. Brent needs a finish to pass me. Like I'm straight."
Damn, if it's
And
a league though, I mean, you can't get mad if two teams end up colluding with each other. Like we did. Oh, if we both draw, we both make the playoffs. Okay, bet. Like the Chargers Raiders almost did that shit last year, and then all of a sudden,
yeah,
a little funky
almost
shit
though.
at the end. A little funky shit at the end.
Yeah, but that would have been crazy. But like that's the reason why I'm not mad at them for like doing that. It's controversial, but like you can't do nothing about that. Like if like that was like one thing, and it makes sense. But like it is up to them. But
That's
onto the fights, because there were some vicious KOs. Like my motherfucking gosh, Paul. Why didn't you tell me you fucking PFLs lit like this?
They
So
are exciting. The few PFL cards I tuned in for another Friday night fights. They were good Friday nights.
let's start off with my dog fucking Sadabu Sai, who defeated Shay Mitchell via KO with a fucking spinning wheel kick. Shit was insane. Boom!
Oh, good
Literally
night.
textbook.
Oh my gosh.
Literally textbook. He couldn't beat. He couldn't set it up any better.
See, it
Boom!
has
Made
to
him put
be.
his
I
hands
don't
down.
know. It has to be marketing because, like, if this was UFC, this would be the top 10 Sports Center play.
Yeah,
It has to be marketing. I don't know what it is. Like, they might not have the right connections. I don't know because, like, if this was Dana White, that would make the top 10 Sports Center tomorrow.
that's the thing that always makes sense to me because they're ESPN.
Oh, that's true, bro. Maybe Pat McAfee watches a couple shows and gets tuned in.
Nah, dead ass. But the thing about it is, the main event is what killed me. It was a vicious knee, and the thing about
Oh,
it
let
was
me
niggas in
see.
the group
Feed
chat.
me this.
In the group chat, y'all were talking about like scary your favorite scary movies and stuff, and I'm just sitting here like, hey, I don't know if anybody's watching the PFL card, but like that was a pretty sick KO. Like I was watching that game. It was literally such a nice setup knee.
I do remember you coming and saying this.
Like, and then Knuckles gave me a fire. Boom! I knocked his lights out
Walked right
immediately.
into it. He leaned right. Oh my gosh.
You can't do no better than that. That shit is hurtful.
No judge needed there.
I'm telling you, man, he made it to the and he got the last playoff spot. How the fuck do playoffs work in PFL? I don't fucking know.
I
But
think it's like soccer. You might get like 2 points for a win, 3 points for a finish, 1 point for a draw, like 0 points for a loss. Like I don't know. And after so many, whoever has the most points moves on.
there's no such thing as MMA math to me, so that entire process makes no sense.
Hey, but PFL, there's a seeding. These ain't
Yeah,
ranking. These are seeding.
I respect it. But on to the main event. UFC Jacksonville, literally an hour and a half away from me.
So I'm gonna ask you before we who had the better KOs? Who had the better because there was a lot of finishes, different like submissions, KOs, like, and there's a little controversy on these UFC card too. Like who had the better card? I should ask, and who had some of the better finishes?
Um, Definitely one had the best finishes because them shits were electric. But my favorite finish of the entire weekend had to have been that elbow in the UFC card by what's homie's name?
Uh, David Onama? No,
Nah, David Onama's his knockout was cool.
Rebecki? Was it Rebecki?
It might have been Rebecca.
Mateus Rebecki or
It might.
Rebecca?
I want to say it was like the third fight.
Yeah, he got two knockdowns. He was whooping ass.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. But yeah, I'd have to give it to whoever had that walking elbow. Like they literally just walked in and gave Brad the meanest elbow to the mouth, to the jaw, and it was a wrap. Yeah, it was
I know
Rebecca.
I know Maycee Barber hit a couple bows for her KO.
No, it was Rebecca. It was definitely Rebecca. He literally killed bro for his 15th win in a row on some crazy shit. What was your favorite knockout of this card?
Maycee Barber.
Mm.
Just because when I was even talking about it, I was like, Ribas might not, and it was showing. Ribas was throwing whatever she wanted to in the first round, and even though Maycee Barber was connecting more, Ribas wasn't scared because Maycee Barber wasn't really like hurting her. But then all of a sudden, introducing the elbow, Maycee Barber, and it was just so bloody. Like she was on top, be like I wasn't expecting it to be like the fight it was. Like it, like that fight to me was like it blew my tops off for what I expected. I just didn't see it in them. I knew Ribas probably could bring it, but I didn't think Maycee Barber would bring it.
Hmm. I mean, I can respect that. But I don't know if that was Rebecca that got that elbow, but it was a crazy mean elbow. And I was like, but yeah, I mean, Maycee Barber went crazy with it. The fact that she was an underdog and she did that was fine.
Let me see. She started just throwing that head kick.
Manuel Torres with the elbow.
Oh, that was the week before.
Oh, oh, I'm drunk. I was about to say, I was like, bro, I can't remember this shit.
Yeah, no, that was the week before. That was a vicious KO with the elbow.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the car, man.
Where you want to start?
We can start with Trevor Peaks and Chepe.
Oh, the fucking Wild Man fight.
That shit was crazy.
Those are two drunk uncles going at it.
Bro, the fact that Chepe Trevor Peaks and boys was like then not Trevor Peaks, the one Chepe was over here telling his ass like Trevor Peaks is just on the fucking octagon. And he's like, come on, bro, meet me in the middle. Refs over here like, engage, engage. I'm looking like, bro, how the fuck are you still moving? I know you're dead.
Exhausted. Did they get fired tonight?
Nope. Ilia Topuria and Josh Emmett.
Oh, dude, I would have gave them a bonus. Them boys, they were throwing some wild shit in the first couple rounds.
No, and shout out bro's chin because he was taking some damage. Like fuck. Yeah, Chepe. There was a point in time where, like,
Trevor
especially
Peaks
close to
chin.
the end. Yeah, Trevor Peaks. Chepe was giving bro some shits. Like, god damn. Chepe was giving like the last sequence, the last combo was like a head kick, a hook, a jab straight. Like he was just giving it to him. Don't get me wrong. He'll send him back. He wasn't landing, but he'll send him back. But that fight was great. John Anik said that's his favorite fight of the year so far.
That's what I'm saying. I'm shocked they didn't get at least a little bit of a bonus. Like that was some of the funnest fight I think I've seen in a little while. It was just like it was wild to start it off. It was
Now people making the argument that there should be a prelims fight, a performance of the night bonus, and a main card performance of the night bonus because fight of the night bonus because they're making way different money. So like you probably shouldn't be making people in prelims compete with the people in
the main card. Yeah, some of these main card fighters making millions, and what the fuck, 50K to them is a nice little but it's people making $10,000 just to fight.
10 and 10, man. This shit is crazy.
Well, shit, I want to talk about my 3-man parlay that happens to be the next three fights right there. The like Neil Magny, Randy Brown, Brandon Allen. I mean, it was a turn of my luck. I didn't realize I had the money in the account. Turned 5 to 55 throughout the night of Saturday with all the fights of boxing and Maycee Barber's performance and these three guys. But man, Randy Brown showed up, took care of business as always. If you're not top 15, you're not beating Randy Brown. A little different, Randy Brown, because he showed a little. He took him down a couple times. I thought he was going to keep it on the outside, but no, he took him down a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And Wellington Thurman's a good wrestler.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about my boy Onama though? My boy got the knockout and he did the motherfucking the Izzy celebration.
That celebration played out now, bro. You did like 4 or 5 arrows, bro. You do one or two, that shit kind of clean. But I was looking at, I was almost cringing, bro. I didn't approve.
We was lit in the group chat. I was in that bitch. No, and he hit the Izzy. Oh shit! Remember, it's the middle of the fucking day. No drunk. No. There's no drinks involved. And I'm watching that bitch with the sound on, like middle of the day type vibes. Oh, I was lit when he did that shit.
I was lit too, because like I said, I did the 3-man parlay that I put people on. After that one, as before the walkouts are starting for this fight, I was like, yo, I got some money now. Let me play with it. Let me throw a little on Onama. Onama, because like people wrote him off after his loss to Nate Landier. Like he was a big favorite in all his other fights. Now he's a 2-1 underdog. I know Santos is nice, but Onama took care of business, got the KO, and shout out Brandon Allen because like the fight before this, Brandon Allen knocked down Bruno Silva, and then took his back rear naked choke. Like this is
Yeah,
the fight he knocked him down because we keep seeing his boxing get better and better and better. Bruno Silva, former M1 champion, great stand-up fighter, and he knocks down him. I'm just like, okay, like you looked really good in your last fight on the stand-up. You were looking like that was his one missing link because no one wants to hit the mat with him.
before we get too deep into it, how do you feel about the Zalgas Zoo? How do you say his name? Zumagulov?
Yeah, Zimagulov.
How do you feel about the train ending for him after losing to after oh damn, this bro already had a bunch of L's already.
Yeah, no, he's the prospect that's never shined. The best way to put it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, people were talking about some. He lost to Amir Albazi. Man, he's lost to everybody.
Yeah, that's
Jeff
the thing.
Molina.
He's a star. He's the prospect that never shined. Like he was supposed to be, supposed to be.
And then, but like people keep dropping out on. Isn't this like the third or fourth person to drop out on the fight? You know him, so you have to get some random person at the last second.
I believe so. I believe Joshua Van was a last minute fighter, but also like you see his flag, same as Damir Zagulov, who like we're gonna talk about the upcoming card this weekend, and
Mm-hmm.
they just had the bad lucks. I don't know. Shevchenko might be the only one that can get the right the wrongs, but we'll see. But like
Mm-hmm.
it'd be bad luck over there.
Hell yeah! And then on to the next fight though. Austin Lane versus Justin Topfer. They got started a little bit. Everybody was putting respect on Austin Lane because he's another NFL. He's another NFL fight. He's another NFL player turned fighter. And they get to bumping a little bit, and then Justin Topfer get Austin's Lane whole finger in his fucking eye. And I don't know what took the ref so long to wave that bitch off. There's no way bro was gonna be able to see after that shit.
It's a only good thing I can say came out of this fight is that it happened so quick. If it was in the start off the second, like a minute into the second round, and this happened, and then it turns into no contest, it's kind of like, oh, like this was all for nothing. But it happened so quick. Fight gets called no contest. We can move along our day. And I feel like the rest of the card was so good already that like if this was a stale card, like a real mid card, and then this happened, oh bro, we would have been people would have been changing channels. People would have been done. Like this is what they're serving us this weekend. But the fact that it's a good card,
the shit was on ABC. We would have changed no problem. Like
yeah. But the fact the card was so good, I feel like this was just a little bump in the road. We could keep it moving. And it happened so quick. That's the only thing I can say. The saving graces happened like within was it the first minute? I'm not too sure. It was just so quick.
I respect Brett just for being able to fucking keep his eye open. Because boy, imagine motherfucking a long motherfucker putting a half their fucking finger in your eye. Like that shit sounds painful.
Bro, oh my god, bro. That's why I wear these bad boys everywhere I go.
I start walking around like Horace Grant, walk with the goggles on. I ain't playing. Turn to Rick Hamilton.
Locking people out, man.
Nah, but that was interesting. But on to my babies. You got Maycee Barber defeated Amanda Ribas by TKO.
The
And
ground and pound.
this we're gonna talk about the knockout, but this whole fight was a fucking brawl. It was a struggle. There was blood all over the place. I remember watching this fight thinking, God damn, they got an issue. I thought this was gonna be
They
fight of the
get
night.
it in.
I thought this was gonna be fight of the night for sure. Like there was no way you could have told me this wasn't gonna be fight of the night until you see what the performance Ilia put on. But I would have picked this for fight of the night, me personally.
That's when Dana White was a little stingy with the money this weekend. I feel like
If it was London, he would have gave it to everybody,
a
even the
hundred
motherfuckers that
what?
I put.
Three more, three more bonuses that I feel like were deserved. That's 150K to him, bro. Like that's two hands of blackjack for him at a casino, bro. He could have
No,
did.
no cap. I respect it. I mean, I would have definitely gave it to them boys. But she's Maycee Barber got the performance of the night bonus, so nobody's mad. So did Onami. So nobody's tripping. Like they still got paid. But boy, Maycee Barber is becoming more and more the truth. She's only 12-2. Her and Amanda Ribas, they stood up. She banged them when they were standing up, took it to the ground, killed her on the fucking ground, got her up out of there. How'd you like this fight?
I think it's great for Maycee Barber because I always thought she was a good striker, good takedown defense. Doesn't have the KO power. Prove me wrong. Got the KO on top of her with throwing some bows for some. It was a dirty fight to begin with, but she has two losses in the UFC, and one of them is to Alexa Grasso, and that's only aging better since Grasso's gone on to become champion.
Facts.
Her wins over Jessica I and Andrea Lee earlier this year and last year. Like Jessica I's older, Andrea Lee's not nothing to really we like. She's okay, but this was the fight that I think she needed to kind of prove and submit herself as like I'm legit like a top five person in this division. And and not only was this fight help her, but the fact that this fight was so exciting will only help her career because if let's say Grasso beats Shevchenko, I think Maycee Barber, even though she might not be the number two person, it could sell. The one person that's the only person that has beaten uh like the one loss on her career for Maycee Barber. She can ride it if she beats Grasso for the championship. And
Mm-hmm.
like coming you need to be able to sell tickets and a fight like this only proves the point of like being able to sell tickets. You just went out like you just got knocked down with a fucking head kick. You came up and threw two strikes in your own head kick, counter right. Like if these were your two favorite male fighters, people would be fucking going ecstatic right now.
Dead ass.
Look at this. Look at this, bro. This is all you could ask for in a fight. Hearts on the line, grit, determination, taking the punches, throwing them back, even while you're wobbled. Look at this, bro. Like Dana White will remember this if Alexa Grasso wins again, and Maycee Barber is coming off of this performance.
But she fucking went Terminator mode on that. She went all out. She went Super Saiyan, no cap. She even got blood on DC's suit during the interview.
Charge it to the game.
Hey man. But my boy, big dogs. You want to call him Georgia? He's Georgian for
I
sure.
apologize. I apologize. I'm gonna say that right now.
He fights out of Spain. He's a big dog. He probably has one of the baddest bitches in the game right now. And we talking my boy Ilia Topuria. That
El
motherfucker
Matador.
he put on a master class this weekend, Paul. But tell me how like you thought Josh Emmett was gonna win again.
I thought Josh Emmett was gonna be able to crack his chin a couple because in Toporia's last couple of performances, he's shown that he's able to get hit. But in this fight, he cleaned that up. And even though Emmett was landing here and there, I think this is the first fight I can honestly say Emmett didn't hit harder than the other person in the octagon that night. And it's not even the fact that Topuria has harder hands; it's the speed it comes at that makes the world of a difference.
Facts. Bro, literally 10. Bro got a 10-7 round in the fourth. Like, they had to. I was watching a John Anik podcast, and they had to explain what a 10 round is. A 10-7 round is only warranted when one fighter is so dominant to another fighter that a stoppage should have been you believe that a stoppage was imminent the entire round. Like, that's how bad you have to be. And it's like, yo, bro, we could have stopped this now. And the fact that, and respect to Josh Emmett, because the fact that after that fourth round, the doctor literally come up to him and said, I don't know, bro, I might call it. And then he was like, do you want to fight? Do you want to continue to fight? And Josh Emmett was like, fuck yeah. And then some people are saying the coaches could have thrown in the towel. But you got to remember, somebody with the power of Josh Emmett, they could change the fight with maybe one or two punches. And that's what they were looking for. And if you still wanted to go out there, it was worth it. I think Ilia could have 10-8'd him again in the fifth round, but I feel like he kind of like slowed down on the pressure. Didn't want to give up nothing too crazy. But Ilia was an issue. Josh Evans cool too, though.
They're talking about booking with Max Holloway immediately.
Yeah, you have to, because like me personally, I would have did Arnold Allen. That's me personally. Let him fight Arnold Allen. Let them like figure their stuff out. Let Korean Zombie and Max Holloway do their thing. Let motherfucking Volk and Yair do their thing, and then he just goes sneak into the next title shot. No, this motherfucker said nobody deserves the title shot more than me. Even though technically you beat the guy that the interim champion had to beat to get his title shot, I understand, but technically you beat him after he just got beat, so it's not like he's coming off a win streak like he was before, coming off a loss. It's not the same, but it is what it is. So like with me personally, I would have fought have him fight Arnold Allen,
I
or
like
because
that fight too. That's a fight I can see Topuria taking. But I think since Arnold Allen used to be the most like feared man, no one would take his fight in the division. I think this will be the first time Arnold Allen doesn't take a fight because he doesn't want to risk his ranking against Topuria. Like the way shit turns once you're at the top, I don't think Arnold Allen's gonna risk it. But Max Holloway, I think if Dana White comes to him, that's my that I hope Dana White comes to Max and is like, hey, we got you somebody, and if you can beat him, we'll give you the Volk fight after. Like
I
the
mean, yeah,
vision runs through him right now.
and that's interesting because like you can kind of because what if Max Holloway busts his ass? Now you're
That
just like
would
fuck.
be
Now you're just like fuck. We done fucked up another thing. I think you give him the next title fight because like here's the top four. The top five is Volk, Jair, Max,
Ortega is still
Allen.
ranked at like number 3, even though
Oh,
he hasn't fought in a while.
I would give him Ortega. I would feed Ortega to him just to
I
get
saw
the.
that fight get mentioned too. Ortega comeback fight Topuria.
Oof, that's tragic. I don't think he's taking that. That wouldn't be smart. But I think, and he's talking about just sitting on and doing it like sitting on his win until like he gets a title shot. But I think they'd want new meat up there. They want fresh blood for Volk. So like I would give him, unless Volk goes up and tries to get another lightweight fight for the lightweight championship with Islam. I don't think he should do that. I think Topuria should go fight somebody like Arnold.
Well,
Anybody that's not.
actually, I think the Arnold Allen fight makes the most sense, or Ortega, just because Max Holloway still has the
TKZ.
TKZ fight. That's going to be probably a murder charge. And then, but what about on the flip side? We talked all Topuria, Josh Emmett. Who's he? I'm looking at the rankings right now, and underneath, Topuria just moved to 5, Arnold Allen 4, Ortega 3, Holloway, Yair. But Josh Emmett's at 6. He has Cater underneath him, who I believe they fought. Yeah, they did a fight already, and me and you thought Cater won that fight, but Josh Emmett got
Yeah.
the nod.
Yeah.
And then he's got Korean Zombie, who's booked a max. The next fight is the one I think he probably would get. Um, Giga Chikadze, the kickboxer. We haven't seen him fight in I think over a year and a half now. His last fight was against Calvin Kattar, and Calvin Kattar pieced him up. But his fight before that was against Edson Barbosa. And I remember I was with you at Jerry's house, and I was telling you about Giga is the next thing. Like he's kickboxing the liver kick. His liver kick was just deadly. So I hopefully that would maybe be the fight. But if Giga doesn't hasn't been active in almost 2 years at this point, so like I don't know what's up with him. After that, it's Movsar Evilov, who we just saw beat the fill-in fighter Diego Sanchez or Diego Lopez.
That we also thought he lost. So I don't know, man. There's a featherweight has a lot
Barbosa maybe.
And I don't think he's 14. I don't think he's fighting down in rankings, but we'll see. We'll see how that shit goes. But what's next for Josh Emmett? He's coming off of
that's what I'm asking. Josh Emmett. These are all potential Josh Emmett fights. There's no way he's not fighting up anymore. He has to fight. I think Giga makes a lot of sense, but I'm not sure because that would be a fun fight. Giga's kickboxing against Emmett's power, and then Movsar maybe.
I give him Edson Barbosa because Edson Barbosa is coming off of that KO win. That's a good fight.
And Barbosa said I'm tired of all wrestlers. Give me fucking fighters that like we can trade.
Hell yeah. So that's a good one. But yeah, this was a great card. Not telling everybody, I was like, great. UFC, whenever they go to Jacksonville, they channel the inner Jacksonville. Everybody was saying the crowd sucked. I mean, I had the sound on and I was like, crowd not bad. But hey, they weren't no UFC Kansas City. Or UFC Miami.
That's a tough crowd to follow. Charlotte was pretty good too.
Yeah, Charlotte was good. Nashville's gonna be crazy. But that's the card, man. Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
Nah, actually, I'm good on this side.
What about your homie Berlanga?
Oh, I would say this in about 6 seconds less. Edgar Bumlanga is still a bum. He goes up against Josh Quigley, Irishman, that Boo Boo and Andre knocked down in 2 rounds. Boo Boo and Andre makes Devin Haney look like a fucking power puncher. So Bumlanga goes all 12 rounds against him. Over under was 4.5 rounds. The fact that I could take the over and win that, I could get plus 450 for it to go to distance. I feel like I committed crime. I feel like that was like too much easy money. It capped off my Saturday weekend of killing all my bets. But the fact that people keep trying to put Canelo and him, and even though I'm here for the Canelo regression, you cannot put fucking Berlanga into the same sentence as Canelo. That boy is at most a regular belt champion.
Yeah, at his best, he's a regular belt champion.
Best regular belt champion because he's not fighting David Benavidez. He's not fighting David Morrell. I think Caleb Plant would give him the work. I think
I also think that
if Canelo was to fight him, Canelo would probably look like the best he's looked like in 10 years if he fought Berlanga right now. And Charlo moving up would give him the work. It's just like this. Keep this man on the. He needs to fight Anthony Durrell. Anthony Durrell is old. Caleb Plant beat him, buried him in the dirt with his shovel. That's who he needs to fight for, like a fucking silver belt. You keep it at that.
You know it's crazy why I wanted you to bring that up. So I remember I met a cage fighter in the gym one time. And you wanna know who is his striking partner?
Yeah, was it fucking Berlanga?
I was telling bro that I started watching MMA and that we have a podcast. And then the second he told me who his partner was, I couldn't tell bro the name of the podcast. I was like, nah, I appreciate seeing you.
Keep him far away from here, bro. No, keep him actually better right. Keep him far away from Berlanga. Go find a better striking coach.
Nah, I'm dead. But hey man, that was UFC Jacksonville. That was the one Friday Night Fights 22. That was a motherfucking PFL 6, maybe. I don't know what they call those thingies. Damn, there was a lot of fucking shit going on in combat sports. Make sure you go follow the @totally_blitz on Twitter, Instagram coming soon. You feel me? Make sure you like and drop a comment. But if you didn't know, I don't mind telling you again that my name is Kev, Waterboy Savoy. I'm in this bitch with Paul Picker, Wyndham Contra, Totally Blitz is tweeting fire every time they get a chance. And you might have forgot, but we're gonna remind you again that you was a
Be
bitch.